get this going. We got the sun is shining. We got some sage in here. Is that pretty? Yeah, we got, this is all that's left of that candle. Just a little bit left. Okay, and let's sage around here. Okay. Now the only thing that we have is a Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands is the only thing that was in reverse. No devils, no negative energy. So you're eager to start something new is what I'm getting. And they wanted me to read a little bit out of the book because the Page of Wands was the only thing in reverse, okay? So it's saying that you have limiting beliefs and you need to direct your energy into feeling eager to start something new, but you're confronted by obstacles and your hot-headedness and you're being rebellious. So that was the only warning there, was just that the Page of Wands needs to get in the upright. Other than that, we have a really good reading here. I'm going to grab the cards and go over them. The shorts was Peter Gabriel, and we have Sledgehammer, and that's about something new. And the Sledgehammer energy is that last card out, the Tower card. Okay, so we've got the sun shining in here. 10 of Wands was the first card out in the shorts because it's an ending. It's an ending and the starting anew. That's why I said you want to start something new, but you're rebellious, you're hot-headed, and you're not quite sure with that Queen of Swords sitting there going, what should I do? So like with me this morning, I just got on the old online appointment setter and I started making some appointments, and I'm starting something new, a new project that I'm doing with the stray animals, and I just did it, okay? Instead of procrastinating, I just hit next appointment, done, and next this, next that, and we're just doing it. So 10 of Wands energy of just doing it. The Page of Wands was the only card in reverse, okay? Page of Wands was the only card in reverse, so we want to get that upright. And we've got the 3 of Wands, that's that community. I always say the 3 of Wands is my community card. It's a card of, like I just got done saying, what do you want to do in the community? Is it animals? Is it plants? I've got my hedger going to be here. It didn't come yesterday, so it'll probably come today or tomorrow. I can be my own gardener. I can take care of the stray animals. They do a lot of catch and release here. So they take the animals in and they pay for their neuter or their spay, and they're let them back out, okay? Or they adopt them out. So what can you do in your community to help animals and plants? Animals and plants can't fend for themselves, and so my projects deal with that. My project used to deal with housing recovery people. Well, I'm not doing that anymore, so I am now into animals and plants. So that's that 3 of Wands energy. Then we have the 7 of Pentacles energy, which to me is just a victory card if you stay with God. The number 7, if you stay with God and stay grounded and keep listening to what He says. It's so easy for us to try to run the show when we really need to let God run the show. So you'll have victory if you stick with God. And then we had the King of Hearts, which is the love card. Now, this king is all about love, not money. So it's going to cost you money to take care of them pets. It's not going to bring you in money. But a cat can't fend for itself. An animal can't just walk into the store and buy a can of food or go into the vet and say, I want to get spayed or neutered. Plants, they can't cut themselves and make themselves look pretty, right? I don't think plants even want to be cut, and I probably have heard that it hurts them when you cut them, but when you have an HOA, you have to do them things. So if I lived in the country, everything would just grow. It wouldn't be cut. Okay, so we want to stay in our love energy, the King of Hearts, because the Five of Pentacles is giving me that feeling of changing your view of Pentacles. It's a 5 card, it's a change card. Diamonds is a money card. So you're going to spend your money somewhere. You want to take that $8 cup of Starbucks, or do you want to buy a half a case of generic cat food, right? Okay, so you're changing your perspective on money, and that's bringing you some heartbreak because you really don't want to. That's where that Page of Wands in reverse is coming in again, because you don't really want to change. You like being hot-headed and rigid and narcissistic, selfish. I want to buy my Starbucks coffee and screw you. You don't really want to spend that $8 on that pet, but you're changing. I gave up coffee. I drink tea now. It's going very well. I'm drinking lots of tea, iced tea, hot tea. So get rid of the heartbreak, even though change always hurts. Whenever we change, it hurts. You have everything you need. You're the Queen of Pentacles energy. You do have everything you need. You just need to prioritize it better. Like I said, that example of the coffee is a great example, because if you went without the $8 coffee, you could afford the $8 cans of food, but instead you're just focusing on you and saying, oh, I can't afford to do that other stuff. Okay, it's an in and out energy with the Ace of Wands, and that's in reverse too, so it's mostly an out energy. It's like the Page of Wands in reverse. It's your rigid, you have a belief system and you don't want to change. You want to stay the way you are, but you know it's getting you nowhere. You know that you need to change. You know you want something new. So again, you're getting in your own way. This is where you're at. You're at this, what should I do next? Yesterday's video was the same energy of, what should I do next? But it was more on the magical side, and today is more on the doing side, okay? This is your destiny. And again, if you look at her face, again, she's just kind of like, it's these two cards really sum up. The picture really sums up the energy of how we're feeling right now. But we know we want something new, and we're really serious on this, and we're asking the universe to help give us direction, and we're getting it. Boom, the Tower moment, okay? This is where the squirrel gets his nuts blown off, as Steve says, and this is the moment where the Tower hits and the poor squirrel loses his tree. So what did I tell you? I said, if you're not going to start something anew is going to start for you, because it's just going to happen. So your tree, you're a squirrel, your tree gets blown off, right? You're going to have to get a new house. Okay, so back to the Ace of Wands. It's an in and out energy. You know what you want to do, but you just got to do it. And then the last row here that was not on the shorts was the Six of Hearts, which is the old has to go. Six of Hearts, nostalgia. The old has to go, and we're starting something anew. and the Jack of Wands. So now we talked about the Ace of Wands, and we talked about the Three of Wands, the Page of Wands. Do you see how this is? Action. Yep, the Jack is the action card. Okay, now what are we actually actioning to? The Nine of Spades, which is getting rid of anxiety and completing our soul contract, which is the Two of Hearts. So what are we trying to do? Last card out, Chariot. We're trying to bring this in. It's going to come in really fast, whether you do it or you don't do it. The universe has to do it then. Your soul contract. So get out of the anxiety, 11:02 on the clock. Get out of your anxiety, the Nine of Swords, and start doing your soul contract, which is starting something anew. Okay, and it's coming in fast whether you want to or not. So again, that also ties with the mission partners coming in, because they're going to have ideas. They're going to help you. A mission partner can be a family member, a friend. It can be a past loved one. It doesn't matter. It's a partner. It's a mission partner. It can just be other animals. It can be God gives you more animals to take to the vet. It can be God makes all your plants just go nuts and you have to get a hedger and cut them back. But whatever it is, it's coming in fast. It's the Tower moment with the Chariot. So the Chariot and the Tower moment were the last two cards. And then the other card that I'm seeing that's out is back to the Ace of Wands again. So we had the Ace of Wands twice, so that's a good place to end it. And it's saying use your third eye, use your intuition, but definitely get into action, because you're really the only one getting in your own way with that Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, not a devil on the cards, nothing, no Seven of Swords. The only was the Nine of Swords, which is that anxiety, and the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands in reverse. And I Floridian slipped it and said Page of Swords in reverse because it's disappointment. It's a disappointing energy. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, so then you said, screw it, I'm just going to go into hermit mode and sit and drink this bottle of whiskey. Okay, that's not the right energy. You were supposed to say, okay, I didn't get that job, but now let's go forward and let's get this new job. And have that enthusiasm of, okay, one door closes, but another opens. Instead of one door closed, and now I'm fucked, and now I'm sad, and now I'm disappointed, and woe is me. So you see the two different sides? And only you can make yourself pop out of that bad side if that's what you're in. So right back to the Ace of Wands. So we'll close it out with two Ace of Wands. And the first one was in reverse, the second one was upright, so they equal out. So the message is pretty clear. Let's get busy and let's get into action and let's start stuff new right now, this minute. Okay? I already started before I came on. And sledgehammer, yeah, be like a sledgehammer. I love you guys. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.